Universities, they've always been these epicenters of knowledge, right? But the world's changing. It's getting so much more connected. And that means they're facing this huge new challenge. It's not just about what they teach anymore, it's about their entire culture. So let's get into it. So here's the big question, really. How on earth do these places, these massive institutions, actually adapt? How do you take all these different backgrounds, languages, and life experiences and make them feel at home on one campus? That's the puzzle we're going to unpack today. All right, first up, let's break down the challenge itself. And what's interesting is, it's a problem that comes from a really good thing, but it's still a big hurdle to clear. I mean, think about it. University campuses today are these amazing melting pots. You've got students from all over the world. Take a university like Necmettin Erbakan in Turkey, for example. They have more than 2,000 international students, and that number is just going up and up. And this isn't a one-off thing. It's happening all across Europe. It's exchange programs, it's global migration, it's the new reality. Okay, but here's the catch. It's like the student body has hit the fast-forward button, but the training for the staff, well, it's kind of been stuck on pause. So you have all this wonderful diversity, but a lot of the faculty and even the admin staff feel like they're just not equipped to handle it. They're missing the tools to really navigate this new multicultural world. And that gap, that's where things get tricky, because it creates these invisible walls, little misunderstandings, maybe practices that aren't very inclusive. They all add up. And for a student, that can really mess with their sense of belonging. And we know that sense of belonging is everything when it comes to doing well in your studies and just your overall well-being.
And look, this isn't just some vague idea people are throwing around. No, it's a very specific, identified need. I mean, if you look at the documents for this project, they call it out directly. They say, look, we need to train the academic staff on how to teach in this new environment, and we absolutely need to train the admin staff, the people students see every single day, on how to have more inclusive manners. It's super specific.
Okay, so we've got the problem laid out pretty clearly. The big question now is, what do you do about it? Well, this is where a really big European project steps into the ring.
Let me introduce you to Inclusive Uni. The full name really tells the whole story. Promoting inclusive campuses for equity and diversity. See, this is way more than just putting up a welcome sign. It's a full-on strategic project. The goal is to build the actual tools and the training that are needed to create an environment that's genuinely inclusive for everyone.
And they're not messing around. We're talking about €250,000 in backing from the Erasmus Plus program. €250,000. That tells you just how seriously this challenge is being taken at a European level. That's a huge vote of confidence. Now, a problem this big, you can't solve it in a vacuum. One university can't do it alone. You need a team, right? A whole group of people with different viewpoints and different experiences to bring to the table. And that is exactly what they did. The team behind Inclusive Uni is honestly a powerhouse. You got 7 organizations from 6 different countries. We're talking 2 universities from Turkey, plus partners from Lithuania, Serbia, Germany, Portugal, and Poland. And it's a brilliant mix. You've got universities who know the day-to-day reality, working with specialized NGOs who bring this super focused expertise. That combination is the secret sauce, right there. Okay, so they've got the dream team, they've got the cash. But what's the actual plan? What are they doing with it? Well, they've broken it down into 4 really clear, super targeted steps. First, they're starting with hands-on, face-to-face training. And I love this part. It's for both the professors and the non-academic staff, because they get that everyone on campus has a part to play. Them, to make sure this isn't just a one-time thing, they're building a big online course. And to wrap it all up, they're creating a practical guidebook. The idea is to take all these lessons and bake them right into the university's DNA. It's the whole shebang. If you really want to know what a project's about, you follow the money. And the budget here tells a fascinating story, right? You see big chunks for training both academic and non-academic staff. That makes sense. But look at the biggest piece of the pie. Over €63,000 is going straight into building that online course. That's a huge signal. It tells you their number one priority is creating something that lasts, something that's easy to access, easy to scale up, and that will be there for anyone to use long after this initial project is done. And that brings us to the end game here, because this is so much bigger than just a few training workshops. This is about investing in the entire future of what higher education looks like.
The idea is for the impact to create a ripple effect. So, for the universities themselves, it means better policies, a genuinely more welcoming culture. For the staff, they walk away with real, tangible new skills. For the students, and this is so important, it means they feel like they belong, which is the key to succeeding. And then, zooming out, for Europe as a whole, it provides a blueprint, a tested model that any other university can pick up and run with. So you see, the benefits go way, way beyond just the 7 partners who started it all.
So that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. This project, Inclusive Uni, it's basically a roadmap for change. Yeah, it's a big investment, and it's not simple, but it's tackling one of the most fundamental questions about where education is headed. So just imagine for a second, what if every campus had a plan like this? A real strategic plan to take all this incredible diversity and turn it from a challenge into its single greatest strength. What would that future really look like?